All right, round one of monster truck racing is in the books here at the Springfield four-wheel Jamboree Nationals. We've got a crazy windy day going on. We've had some outstanding monster truck action. Straight line racing, final round winner, Jeremy Dishman and Rammunition. Not a huge surprise on the straight line track. However, he took down world finals champion John Seasock and Batman. One of the big races of the first round was actually Jeremy Dishman Rammunition against George Balhan and Monster Mutt, both Illinois natives from completely opposite ends of the spectrum. Both great guys, put on a great show, very close race. That was probably one of the better races of the day. Mark Hall versus Jeremy Dishman the second round, another great race. Freestyle's where a lot of the carnages happen. If you check out this van stack and car stack over here behind me, we've had massive air off the van stack, which they're actually tearing down for the mud drags right now. And then Doug Nelke actually performed an awesome slap wheelie off one of the van stacks at the far end, but ripped the shocks off one corner of the back. He stopped on that car set, called it a day. The crew took the shocks off. They're back in the pits for repairs. Jim Koehler, the airman of the day so far, massive air off one of the van stacks at the end. He took a hard landing, bent a front spindle. The truck was all the way over. It came back onto all four wheels. Probably going to be one of the save of the year contests in my book anyways, especially from the outdoor season. Great driving by Jim. They've got a lot of work to do to get that truck fixed. They've gone back to the pits with it. If you look to the far end, you can see Rammunition, the Hall Brothers crew, getting ready to tow that truck back to the pits. It looked like it had some kind of driveline failure towards the final part of its last run in the finals against John Seasock. He blew the doors off Seasock. When he landed, the truck didn't seem to be putting power to the wheels, so the Hall Brothers crew is going to try and diagnose that. The truck's got a serious lean, too. We're not sure if that's suspension or if it's just a sway bar. So we're going to head to the pits. We're going to talk to the drivers after the autograph session. We'll have more for you after a bit. All right, we're in the pits here at the Springfield, Illinois O'Reilly Jamboree Nationals. We've got Jim Koehler, driver of the Avenger. He had a crazy ride in freestyle like we talked about. Jim, tell us a little bit about what happened to the front.
Well, you know, we were out there zipping around and trying to get some slap wheelies. Big Dog did a crazy one, Batman, Monster, but they're all kind of getting slap wheelies. I said, well, I got to at least do one for the crowd, you know, get something down, because I know I can do a wicked donut. I know I can get big air, but I got to at least do everything everybody else did. So I had to get that slap wheel, and I come around like for the third time. I said, if I don't get it this time, I'm going to give up. And I had a nice bounce, and I went into it a little too hard, and it went on one wheel, kind of pulled on me on one wheel, and I felt it was going over, and I'm like, well, you know, driving out of this. I hit the brakes hard as I could to kind of pull it down, and it came down on the side. I mean, it hit the roll cage, touched the side, and it bounced a little bit enough to where I was like, hey, I could probably throttle out of this. Hammered her down, and it just sucked it right back and pulled it back to the earth on the tires. The downfall was when it side slapped, it broke the hub, so I couldn't really continue. They shut me down because of parts breakage and safety factor, but we're getting her fixed, so we'll be good for the 6 o'clock show.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to work. Hustle up over there. We'll catch you on the next show. All right, we're in the Tailgator pits right now. Dale Girding, Big Dog driver, Doug Nelke. They're working on the shocks on the driver's rear side. What happened, Doug did an awesome slap wheelie. You can even see the dirt and the bent wheelie bar right there. Laid down an awesome slap wheelie. The shocks came apart on it. Limiting strap broke. Pulled the bottoms out of them. Over here on their golf cart, you can see they've got brand new shocks that they're working on putting together. They were in the pits, rebuild them, got them good to go. They're going to throw some new Heim joints in the end, get them back on the truck, aired up. Tailgator should be good to go this afternoon. He's going to be a threat in racing. He's got one of the better sets of tires on the back here. It's going to hook up here on this Illinois clay really well. All right, we're in the Hall Brothers pits right now. The guys are thrashing on both Raminator and Rammunition right now. We saw Tim Hall earlier. He had the valve covers off of Raminator, maybe something in the valve train they're working on. They're getting that button back together. This is a Lenco transmission out of Rammunition, and that's exactly the problem, is it's not in the truck right now. We talked to Jeremy. They're thrashing. They're putting a new trans in. It shouldn't take too much longer. They're not exactly sure what went wrong in this unit. Something gave out at the end of his final round appearance against Batman. He took the win, but in the shutdown area, he tried to get on the gas to return. Had nothing, so he coasted off to the side. Somewhere in these three pods here, there's something that's burned up in there. Fortunately, unlike an automatic transmission, you can rebuild them fast. Tim Hall will have this rebuilt. They'll have another spare. All right, we're in the Avenger pits right now. We got Chris Bergeron on Brutus. He's working with us here in the pits, too. We talked to Jim a little bit about that wild ride he had in freestyle. Now we're going to show you a little of the aftermath of it. This is the wheel flange that came off of Avenger. This holds the guts for the planetary and the hub, and there should be a flange on here with studs that the wheel bolts to. This is what the one that came off of Avenger looks like now. this is what the one's going on. This is what it should look like. This piece here, this whole outer ring was busted off of the planetary flange that was on the truck. So as you can see, you're not going to make it very far like this. The officials shut Jim down. He got wrapped up before the wheel came apart on him. So they're thrashing. They're going to get it back together. They got a spindle already back on. Should be about another 20 minutes. We'll see the Avenger guys ready to rock later tonight.